Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we're trying to figure out which commander from Outlaws at Thunder Junction, yeehaw, is best in cEDH.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to get some awesome cool perks and support us directly.
So we have me on Stormageddon's Rakdos emotional damage list. Christian's on Stella Lee, Wicked Witch of the Wild West. Nate's on Roxanne, all she wants to do is party all night, and Cam is on Loot. Draw a card, then discard a card. Except it's not what it does, which is kind of strange.
It's
You would
very
think
dumb.
that Loot would loot, but it just exiles.
This card's name should be Impulse.
Nate, don't mumble. Everyone ready?
That's not gonna happen.
Good luck, have fun. Any pre-games?
No.
None at all.
Draw a card. City of Brass, Mana Crypt, dash in a Ragavan, losing 1 life, floating a colorless. I'll use that colorless to cast Mana Vault.
I'm a mental misstep that.
Sure. Christian, you are probably playing the best deck, so I'll attack you.
Okay.
Trigger, I'll make a treasure, and see the top card.
Felwar Stone.
It's gonna stay exiled. Go ahead, Ragavan goes back to my hand.
Gonna draw. Gonna go with an island. Tap that for a soul ring. Jeweled amulet. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Forest, my land for turn. I will play a Land of War Elves, and I will pass turn.
Nice. I will draw. Let's go Windswept Teeth, and I will crack it as well. Taiga into Delighted Halfling and pass.
Untap, upkeep, Mana Crypt trigger. Odds will take damage, an odd number. Draw for turn. Please swamp, cast Dark Ritual.
Oh no, what is happening over here?
It's just Rakdos plus Ragavan, that's all it is.
Oh, okay.
3 black mana. 2 this black mana, 2 this colorless mana, and a red here. Losing a life from the City of Brass, cast Rakdos, the muscle. Sack the treasure for red and use this black mana to dash in Ragavan. Go to combat. Christian, you're the only one that's open again, so I'll attack you for 2.
Taking 2.
Trigger, make a treasure.
Misty Rainforest.
Gone, get it out of here. End step before Ragavan goes back to my hand, I'm gonna sacrifice it to the muscle to tap it and give it indestructible, and then exile the top card of Cameron's library.
Arcane Signet is that card.
I will keep that in mind. I'll pass my turn. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right here is do this in my end step in response to my Ragavan trigger bouncing back up into my hand, and I believe that will allow me to cast the Arcane Signet at my next end step since I'm already in this one and I'm responding to the trigger. I think that's how that works.
I'm pretty sure that is how that works.
On your end step, I will tap the soul ring to put a colorless counter on the jeweled amulet. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's go Mox Opal. I'm just gonna remove this counter and I will cast my commander. Stella Lee is here.
Stella!
And I will pass.
Untap, I'll draw. Play Prismatic Vista, crack it. Mana Vault, I will cast my commander, Roxanne.
Roxanne.
You probably didn't print out meteorite tokens, did you?
I did not know.
Do you want a meta cooler? I feel like that's kind of like meteorites.
I'm gonna target the Delighted Halfling.
All right, it'll die.
Pass turn.
I'll get a draw. Play Misty. Crack it immediately. Exile Simian Spirit Guide for a green. That's not a Simian Spirit Guide.
Elvish Spirit Guide.
To put a Utopia Sprawl on my Taiga, and I will name Blah. Cast a Dockside Extortionist. ETB trigger.
Trigger, I'll sack my treasure for a red.
6. I will cast Loot. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, Mana Crypt. Odds to take damage, an odd number. Take 3 and draw a card. Play Marsh Flats. I'm gonna cast this Arcane Signet, crack the Marsh Flats. Go to 31. I'll find Badlands. I'm gonna go to combat. Nate, I'm gonna attack you with Rakdos for 6. Main 2, channel this Takanuma Abandoned Mire since it costs 1 less because I have a legendary creature. 1,
Oh, wow.
2, 3, a Dockside Extortionist. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that and wait. Dockside will go into my hand. Lands in my graveyard. Takanuma's also in the graveyard. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, we'll draw. I'll play an Otawara as land for turn. Preordain. I will scry 2, bottom both of these, then draw. And I'm going to gamble. This triggers.
I would like to do something in response to that trigger. Sacrifice 2 treasures to cast Snap, targeting my Dockside Extortionist. Dockside will return to my hand and I will untap lands. Cast a March of Swirling Mist with 2 targets, one being Loot, and then the second one being Stella Lee. Phased out. So this worked out pretty nicely for me because this whole time I'm terrified of Roxanne attacking, creating a new meteorite, and then ruining my card advantage here. But at least this March of Swirling Mist will protect my Loot until it comes back as I untap, so I'll get my upkeep trigger no matter what now.
Yeah, and it's important that you do this to get rid of the Stella right now too, because if Christian doesn't get rid of the card that he's looking for with the gamble, he can win right now. If he finds the cantrip untapper in his deck, he can just win the game right now. So this is very important that you did this.
Stella trigger, all right. Get an Is It Signet that we can play off Stella there. And now I will gamble.
This is 4. 1, discard that.
All right, cast Aristic Study. I will pass.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw.
Lose 1 from Mana Vault.
Thank you. Go to combat. Dylan, I'm gonna go attack you for 4. Trigger, I'll have a meteorite enter. 2 at Cameron.
Ouch.
I will take 4.
I'm just gonna pass.
Untap, come back, upkeep first. Loot triggers, I have 3 different permanent types, so I'll get to exile 3 cards.
Loot says other. Loot says other permanents. So this should be 2 cards, not 3. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hell yeah, real good.
Man, this is the most Cameron thing to ever happen on the channel. Draw a card, Spire Garden as my land. I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, Mana Crypt, odds will take damage. No damage, hurrah. Draw for turn. I'm gonna cast Dockside Extortionist.
Ristic trigger.
I'll pay with the Mana Crypt.
Dude, I got something for this.
Trigger. 9. So a couple things. Number one, it's 10 treasures, not 9 treasures. We'll catch that in a second. And also, don't pay attention to the dice that I'm putting on the treasures. I'm moving that shit back and forth 1,000 times. Pay attention to what you're listening to, because that is what's correct here, not my fucking hands doing the wrong thing. Cast Vampiric Tutor. This can target me. Rakdos can. Did you know that?
No, because that's not what I read yesterday.
Target player?
It is target player's library. Every time I've read this card, it does something different.
As a Ristic Study, I will pay for that with a treasure. I'll lose 2 life and go search. I'm going to activate Rakdos' ability to sacrifice the Dockside Extortionist, tapping it and exiling. Tap 2 cards in my library, and I can cast them until my next end step. Demonic Tutor and Shatter Skull Smashing. I'm going to cast the Demonic Tutor with the City Brass.
I got a Ristic Study on that.
You can draw. I don't know why I'm full shuffling. I'll full shuffle at the end, pull a Yu-Gi-Oh move, and just keep my deck over here. Cast Underworld Breach with 2 treasures here. A Ristic Study, you can draw.
I have no counterspell for Underworld Breach.
I know.
I will cast a long-term plans, not paying for Ristic Study.
Heck yeah.
I will search my library for a card and then put it third from the top. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Underworld Breach is resolved. It's in play. It's on the battlefield. Sacrifice 2 treasures. Cast Dockside Extortionist by exiling these 3 cards.
Trigger.
You may draw.
The Dockside made me draw. Stopping the Dockside here would probably be...
It would be good. Yeah.
If you wait on him casting Demonic Tutor, you give him the opportunity to blow him out more.
Is that true?
Because I'll say he's going to get a lot of treasures.
I don't know if giving me all the treasures is... I mean...
What I'm saying is that if he exiles 3 more cards after this to cast the Demonic Tutor, now he doesn't have any more cards to re-exile with Demonic Tutor, is what I'm saying, right? So he will still only get that 1 tutor.
You can technically get 2 more tutors because the Dockside will go to the graveyard.
How does it go to the graveyard?
The Dockside, like if he counters the Dockside, it would go to the graveyard.
What I'm saying, if we let Dockside happen, then you exile 3 more for that. Now you won't even get that 1 tutor because he counters that tutor instead.
I'm not going to weigh in because I want to
Yeah,
win.
you stood out. I'm good on Dockside.
Cool. Trigger.
No, it's more. It should have been 10. This 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did we do the math wrong?
Should you have had 1 more treasure this whole time?
I might have not counted the Ristic Study. So maybe I should have 1 more treasure. Should I add that now, or do we not?
You should add that now.
Before anyone says that's enchantments and not artifacts, I know that it's enchantments. I counted the Utopia Sprawl. I just missed the Ristic Study, so shut up.
We're doing great this game.
I'll cast Demonic Tutor using 3 treasures, exiling 3 cards from my graveyard. I will pay for this Ristic Study.
Cast Force of Will, 1 life. Get rid of this Ponder.
It is countered. I'm going to cast Shatter Skull Smashing, X equals 0.
Ristic Study trigger.
You may draw. Cast Demonic Tutor from my graveyard, exiling these last 3 cards. 2 mana here. You may draw. So I'm pretty sure I have the right amount of treasures here. Like I said, don't match my fingers, but I think at this point right now, I think I should have 8. I think that's right.
Also, just want to mention, I completely forgot that you can cast Shatter Skull Smashing for 0 to get that into your graveyard. So a whole big part of my debate was thinking that there can be only 1 tutor cast from the graveyard, and now I'm totally wrong.
All right, I'm going to pivot, and I'm not going to go for win. I'm going to go for something else. I have a card. There's no grinding station in this list, which is why I don't go for a breach line here. I'm gonna cast Mind Slicer for 5 mana, paying for the Ristic Study. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
You good?
Yep.
Go to my end step. Underworld Breach, sacrifices, and pass turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep.
In your upkeep, I'll pause you. I will activate Rakdos' ability to sacrifice the Mind Slicer, target myself. Mind Slicer trigger.
I have a response. Pay a blue and a treasure. Cast a snapback targeting Roxanne. You may draw off of your Ristic Study.
When's this come back?
It's back now, actually.
This is back. I'm going to draw off the Ristic Study.
Had 2 green floating. 1 green. I'll Visage you endorse targeting the Ristic Study. Basically anti. I know it's gonna look weird, like where I just didn't do it to you, but I was waiting for the Underworld Breach at the step where you were, in case you went for like a Jessica's Will or a Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get that from the Osage.
Snapback on Roxanne.
Yep.
So now this is where I respond to the Mind Slicer trigger. Blue, float, a colorless, cast Brain Freeze. I will target Cameron with 1 copy, and then I will target myself with the other copy.
I have no response, so I'll mill 3. The 1 ring is what I got.
Mountain, consider Cerulean Wisps.
Christian hitting another little touch of bad luck. That's Cerulean Wisps getting milled. Had he drawn one less or one more card at some point and was able to get that Cerulean Mist in his hand by this upkeep in response to the Mind Slicer trigger, he would have been able to basically just win the game right here as well. So this Stella Lee deck got very close to winning 2 times already.
To the bin. Use that floating and a blue, cast a Dramatic Reversal. Tap this to put red into that. And then cast, I will exile the top card. Okay, and now untap.
And then Mind Slicer, do you have anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay, Mind Slicer, Nate?
Good.
Mind Slicer, Cam.
All good.
Everyone discards their hands, please.
Roxanne's going to the command zone. Discarding Jeweled Lotus, Goblin Matron, Chrome Mox, Destiny Spinner, Curse Mirror.
I just have Dockside.
Mana Confluence, Theme Vents, and a Merchant Scroll.
And then I have the Rakdos exiling the top 4 cards of my library. Gamble, Grief, Claim the Forceborn, and Gemstone Caverns. Christian, you may go to your draw.
Okay, draw step. I'm gonna play this Woodridge Foothills as land for turn, cast the Izzet Signet. Pass turn.
Untap, I will lose a life from Envolt, draw for turn, play a land for turn, and I'll pass the turn.
We did it. Loot is still around. So I still have 3 types, so I'll get to exile the top 3 cards, get a Soul Ring, a Mana Crypt, and a Verdant Catacombs. Then we'll draw a card for turn, and we'll play the Verdant Catacombs, and we'll cast Mana Crypt, use it to cast this Soul Ring, I guess. Okay, pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, Mana Crypt, odds will take damage, an even number. I will draw for turn. I'm gonna play Gemstone Caverns as my land for turn. Cast, Claim the Firstborn, targeting Stella. Zoop, over here. Cast Gamble. This is my second spell. Trigger Stella, exile top card of my library. Blue to Delta. I already played the land this turn, so I'll probably stay exiled. I'll find this card. 50-50 Gamble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Discard this.
Yep.
Sulfur Springs gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll cast Hoarding Broodlord. I'll go search. So this card's exiled. Okay, here we go. With Hoarding Broodlord, I'm going to cast Saw in Half, convoking these 3 creatures, targeting the Hoarding Broodlord, and since it's my 3rd spell, I'm going to tap Stella to copy the Saw in Half. The copy of the Saw in Half will target the Dockside Extortionist.
There you go.
That's insane. The Saw in Half on the Dockside will happen first. Destroy Dockside, 2 Dockside copies.
I am cracking a treasure.
10. So I'll make 20 treasures. Second Saw in Half, destroying the Hoarding Broodlord and making 2 copies of the Hoarding Broodlord. These are 2 Docksides. These are 2 Broodlords. Search off of the Hoarding Broodlord. Search off of the second Broodlord. New card. Cast Molten Duplication with 2 treasures targeting the Hoarding Broodlord, and I will hold priority and cast Dualcaster Mage.
Yep.
ETB. I'll make a copy of the Molten Duplication, which will make a copy of the Dualcaster. I still haven't attacked yet, so I'll do this 10,000 times and attack everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shitballs. Little sloppy, but we got there. That's the Rakdos way.
What a game. Stealing Stella Lee to copy your Saw in Half, make 2 Hoarding Broodlords, 2 Docksides to easily clean up the game with the new Dualcaster and Molten Duplication card. What an awesome game.
Yeah, Molten Duplication, another thing that we didn't even mention in the podcast is that Molten Duplication, the original copy, can just target an artifact. It doesn't even have to be a creature. Where Twin Flame in the past, you had to have a creature in play, and it's much easier to have like a Mana Crypt or a Soul Ring in play too.
Even just like a treasure even.
Yeah, exactly. Molten Duplication is the real deal. And honestly, Christian probably got robbed a little bit in this game. There are 2 opportunities where I think if things were just slightly different, he probably could have won the game.
I mean, look what's in his graveyard. He ended up drawing a, what is the name of that card?
Merchant Scroll.
Yeah, so he almost had that win, so close.
And Mind Slicer. In this deck, Mind Slicer is straight up like a Grand Abolisher. It shuts everyone out of interaction, and then it also gives me card advantage so I can keep on pushing towards a win. There's a lot of good things going on with this Rakdos, and I'm definitely looking forward to exploring more and seeing what else it can do.
Big thank you to Stormageddon for submitting this Rakdos the Muscle deck.
Yeah, also thank you to our $100 patrons. If you'd like to submit a list, you can do that. Specifically like
Zach Hartley, Justin Heck, Koja Alex, Sean of the Ice, Mark Cirillo, SoCal Acura, Stormageddon, Luke Cook, Demon of Rosgrees, Uncle Butts, Nick Foles, Goat 09, Kawaja A. Hamid, Lauren Connell, and Baby G-Bus.
if you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Huge shout out to Dragon Shield for supporting the show. Make sure you use our affiliate link and code PlayToWin5.
For 5% off.
Thank you.
Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for more content.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next time.
Let's talk about our $50 patrons. Jacob Bowler, Luke Breesound, Big Mike, Nicholas Balder, Reactive, Tyler Watson, Brian Barrington, Zachary Coulson, Tyler H, Tyler the Tree X, Mallcraft, Driving Crooner, Jabaha, Mace the Ace, Dalton Poteet, Hobogos, Mitchell Shepard, Justin, Man Solo, Pedro, Jacob Depp, Michael Below, Jan Wildfang, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you.
What's the best commander from Outlaws of Thunder Junction in cEDH? Okay, I got it now.
And yeah. Sorry, can you say it one more time?
And if you'd like to support the Play to Win and submit your deck, let us. I tried to do like a really good thing and it fell apart.
Good?
Good.
Good.
I think that is good.